Ladies and gentlemen, I am here. I am here to talk about the. I'm gonna talk about what else went down in the draft, the last few rounds. 2 to 7. I have not talked about that. I don't really have much to say, ladies and gentlemen. I will talk about some players where I think they landed. A lot of these rounds, to me are after the second round. You know, to me, you're just hoping for the best. They're not really that great of players. They could end up being great players, like the Cowboys last year. With Prescott, a few years ago, Russell Wilson with Seattle, all the way back a few years ago in 2000, about 17 years ago, the Patriots with Tom Brady. But usually these guys are not. The chance of them are going to be good are not very high compared to the ones in the two in the first round and the second round. So to me, I don't really pay attention after the second round because I don't see the talent there. I think it really drops from 1 and 2 to for the rest. But let's see here. Who were drafted from rounds 2 to 7, which I have not covered. I have only covered the first round. So let me cover it here. Let me go over some guys. Um, let's see here. The um the sound like a motherfucker right now. I apologize. The Cincinnati ends up taking the chance with the Oklahoma, the running back from Oklahoma, Mixon, who has a domestic violence. He had a woman slapped her, but I guess they came to a settlement agreement and all charges were dropped. So he's clear, at least for now. So Mixon gets drafted by Cincinnati. He's a first round talent, but he did not get drafted in the first round because of his issues off the field. So, but he's a good talent. He ends up getting drafted by Cincinnati. Let's see here. Who else? Who else? Um, let's see here. Josh Dobbs, the quarter from Tennessee, gets picked up by the Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh really needs a backup. There's also been some talk about possibly Big Ben retiring soon. But I mean, I think it's more for a backup. They really need a backup. They have not have Landry Jones is not the answer. They really need a backup. So I think Josh Dobbs will be there to be the backup at least the first few years. Maybe possibly he'll be the starter down the road when Ben Roethlisberger leaves. But we'll see what happens there. Um, my let's see here. My Philadelphia Eagles end up drafting Sidney Jones, the cornerback from Washington, in the second round. To me, he's a very good cornerback. I think he might be the best player we ended up drafting in this class. Sidney Jones, but the problem is he had that foot injury. So who knows if he's gonna get to 100%? Who knows if he's gonna be ready for the season or not? It will be interesting to see what happens with Sidney Jones. Let's see here. What else did we see here in the 2000 Jake Butt, the tight end from Michigan, who has an injury in his leg. He ends up getting drafted, but he ends up getting drafted really late, all the way in the fifth round by Denver. Um, he to me he's another guy who he dropped because of his injury. To me, two guys that both Sidney Jones and Jake Butt dropped a little bit because of their injuries, and that really sucks. But I think they'll be good talents in the NFL, both of them. Sidney Jones and Jake Butt, the tight end. Um, Denver actually ends up drafting Kelly, the the quarterback from Ole Miss. Um, he actually was the last pick in the draft. Um, they could use other quarterbacks. They really need help with the quarterbacks, and we'll see what happens there. But they could use some Brad Kelly, I believe his first name is. They could really use some quarterback. The net, they could really use a quarterback. So they're just trying to flip. They're just trying to get hope for the best. But I mean, who knows if that's gonna work? Like I said, he was the last pick of the draft. Let's see here. Who else? Let's see here. Who else went here? Michigan had the most picks. I believe they had 11 players overall getting drafted from their school. That was the highest school. Nobody had more players drafted than Michigan with 11. So they led the entire country with 11 picks. Let's see here. Dalvin Cook ends up going to Minnesota. I really wanted Dalvin Cook for the Philadelphia Eagles. To me, he was the best. Running back in this class. Some said it was Fournette. You know, to me, it was he ended up going to Jacksonville. To me, it was Dalvin Cook out of Florida State. He ends up going to Minnesota. We'll see what happens there, but he ends up going to Minnesota. Cleveland ends up drafting a quarterback, DeShone Kizer from Notre Dame. So he ends up going to there. So they really needed a quarterback. The other was the quarterback's going to be Cody Kessler because they released Robert Griffin III. So their quarterback would have been Cody Kessler. But now but now we'll see what happens. DeShone Kizer to me is a good talent. He needs some work, obviously. But not a bad choice for Cleveland. Ended up with, to me, really, to be honest, I'd rather have DeShone Kizer than Mitchell Trubisky. Oh, I cannot believe that shit still. I still cannot believe that shit that Chicago did that. I'd rather actually have DeShone Kizer than Mitchell Trubisky. Anyways, let's see. What else did we see here? That might be about it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not very happy with my Philadelphia Eagles, to be honest with you guys. I'm not very happy. I'm not very impressed. I'm not too happy with my picks. They rated us. I'm not too very happy with my picks, ladies and gentlemen. I really thought we needed a running back. We ended up getting a running back from San Diego State. But I mean, I'm not too impressed. He's too little. I wanted a bigger guy. Like a guy who can just fucking run downhill. Terrible. The one thing we needed was secondary help. We did get some secondary help, especially by taking Sidney Jones from Washington. But damn it, we didn't really get a running back. Like I said, we got this fucking guy from San Diego State. He's so small. We already kind of got that. We got Wendell Smallwood and Darren Sproles. We need a big guy. We need a 250-pounder who can fucking run over people. Run downhill and run over people. Damn it. We don't need these fucking little guys. I don't know why Doug Peterson just likes little fucking running back. Wendell Smallwood, Darren Sproles can actually play. Wendell Smallwood, not so much. And now we have this idiot. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what to say, ladies and gentlemen. I really don't. I apologize. This video kind of sucked ass. I know I was all over the place. I kept stuttering. I keep forgetting some of these. I'm trying to remember who the hell got drafted. I know I'm away from my board right now. I need to get back to that possibly because I'm trying to remember everything off my head. And sometimes it just ends up being a bad video because I'm just trying to literally turn the camera on and just remember everything off my head. And that's kind of sometimes sucks ass. So I know this video kind of sucked ass a little bit. I apologize. But yeah, that's all I have to say, ladies and gentlemen. So the draft's officially over. To me, the winners, either Cleveland or Tampa Bay. And the reason I'm going to say Tampa Bay is because I really like what they did. I really like what they're going to have in that offense now with Deshaun Jackson, Mike Evans, and O.J. Howard. They drafted the tight end from Alabama. To me, that is going to be a very good offense to watch for in the 2017 season. That offense led by Jameis Winston. I am very excited to see how that offense goes. I am very excited. And then I'm probably Cleveland just because they literally drafted a lot of guys. They had a lot of picks. Drafting Jabril Peppers, the safety from Michigan. Like I said, the quarterback from Notre Dame, Deshaun Kaiser, and the Deshaun Kaiser, and what's that other? The first one, Myles Garrett, the defensive lineman from Texas A&M. So to me, that was possibly one of the winners. But like I said, I really like. I can't wait to see how that offense goes in Tampa Bay with those three guys: Deshaun Jackson, Mike Evans, and OJ Howard. I cannot wait. I am excited to see how that offense goes. That's gonna be some sick ass offense to watch there, man. That team just got better. To me, that team might win the division this year. You got Carolina, you got New Orleans, who can't stop anybody on defense. And then who else do you have? You got Carolina, New Orleans, Atlanta. Atlanta might have something to say about that. Probably it's gonna be a good division now. It's gonna be, and now you got Adrian. It's gonna be a good. It's gonna be a good division, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be a good division. That NFC South. I am excited to see that division. Like I said, I am excited to see that the offense of Tampa Bay with the new additions of OJ Howard and Deshaun Jackson, along with Mike Evans, and obviously Jameis Winston. I am very excited to see that offense and Tampa Bay this upcoming season. And I hope, we'll see what happens. Mr. Irrelevant, like I said, ended up being Kelly, the quarterback from Ole Miss. May have some talent. Maybe he can end up being possibly the starter. And Denver, they don't have Paxton Lynch, who else do they have? I don't even know who that other motherfucker's name is. So he could possibly have a chance to start in Denver because they are really weak with the quarterbacks. So we'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. Also, another winner, maybe the Texans by drafting the quarterback from Clemson, Deshaun Watson. But yeah, there was a lot of winners, a lot of losers. Probably the biggest loser, Chicago, doing that stupid shit of trading one spot up to fucking draft Mitchell Trubisky. That was probably the stupidest move of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely terrible move by Chicago. Ryan Pace, the general manager, needs to fucking... I don't even know, man. That was terrible. I still can't believe the Chicago Bears traded up for that shit. I still cannot believe it, ladies and gentlemen. I still cannot believe that shit. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the man that runs the place. I am C. I will catch us on the road. If you have any video ideas, let me know. I will be being this week before of the NFL. I will be going back to the NBA playoffs. But let me know if you have any other ideas. I don't know. I do apologize. I do say sorry for the mock draft video a few days ago. I know it was very poorly. I skipped some teams. I know I skipped somebody's teams. I apologize. Like I said, I need to probably use my board a little bit more. I was not prepared for that shit. That is on me. I need to be a professional. I need to perform for you guys. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, for not performing that day. That is on me. I apologize to that the fan. I keep stuttering. I apologize. I apologize to the fan of Miami who watches my videos all the time. And I apologize to you. Hopefully you continue to be a fan. I apologize to you. And I apologize to anybody else who I offended with that video about the mock draft. And if I skip your team, I apologize. I cannot wait until next year and get better at that. Because I did not perform the way I should perform on that mock draft video. I apologize. That is my fault. I need to get better. I need to be more prepared. I was not prepared. That is all on me. I blame nobody but myself. And I apologize to anybody who I offended. Anybody whose team I skipped. Like I said, the Miami fan who watches my videos all the time. Man, I know you're a big fan of the C Show. Please do not fucking send me to hell. Please keep watching the videos, man. I apologize to you. I sent you a message and you didn't reply. I don't know what to show on my watch. I hope you're still a fan. I hope everybody's still a fan, And I apologize, like I said, if I skip somebody during that thing. I was not prepared. It is all my fault. I am an idiot. And I apologize. And I don't know what else to say, but I'm sorry. What can I say? But I'm sorry. And ladies and gentlemen, I will be getting better next time. Ladies and gentlemen, this video kind of sucked also. I apologize. I need to get better. I am thinking in my head how to get better at this. I need to get better. I am thinking, I promise. But until next time, I will catch your ass down the road. Yeah, that is all I have to say. And once again, I apologize. What the fuck? Until next time.